These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hello, Megan Thompson with your top stories on this Wednesday from ABC15 Arizona. And we start with an ABC15 update on a case that has gripped the nation. Today, Brian Kohberger is set to be sentenced just weeks after pleading guilty in court to stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death while they slept. One of those victims has ties to the West Valley. Kohberger accepted a plea deal from the prosecution that will likely result in a sentence of life in prison. In exchange for the plea, Kohberger will not face the death penalty. Some of the victims' families were not supportive of that plea agreement. They wanted the trial to take place. ABC 15 is dedicated to keeping you informed on the race for Arizona's 7th congressional district. Later today, multiple Arizona counties are expected to have those votes canvassed. It's a standard procedure to certify the results of the election. The September 23rd general election is set to replace longtime Congressman Raul Grijalva, who died of cancer earlier this year. His daughter Adelita is running to fill her father's seat. She'll face off against Republican and business owner Daniel Gutierrez. Well, if you're in the market for a car, you're going to want to hear this. Automakers are reporting tariffs are taking a dent out of their profits. Scripps News Group's Maya Rodriguez is coming through new earnings reports this week and shares whether that means your next vehicle might cost more.
Automakers say they are trying to hold off from passing the cost of tariffs on to consumers. New earnings reports this week show that's having a major impact on their bottom lines. And industry experts tell us it could eventually lead to higher prices for cars. The largest American automaker feeling the sting of tariffs. On Tuesday, General Motors reporting a more than $1 billion drop in its second quarter profits compared to a year ago. The company attributes the fall in part to tariffs and says the worst impacts may still be ahead.
The decline was primarily driven by tariff payments. We will likely see third quarter net tariff costs higher than in the second quarter.
President Trump's 25% tariffs on foreign-made vehicles and some car parts are still in effect, and wider country-specific tariffs are set to begin on August 1st. So far, automakers have eaten the cost of tariffs, but that won't last forever, says Sam Fiorani, the vice president at research firm Auto Forecast Solutions.
They have to pass them on to the consumer in the longer term. It just doesn't work financially for them to absorb a 10, 20, 30% tariff on all the parts and all the vehicles.
Shrinking profits for automakers could also force them to cut back on production.
You're going to see a lot of entry-level models going away if the tariffs continue on. We're going to see a lot of reduction in choice. We're going to see a lot of reduction in technologies.
The Trump administration claims tariffs will bring supply chains back to the U.S. and increase domestic production. GM says the company is investing $4 billion in U.S. plants to build more cars in the U.S. But vehicles from those new plants won't be ready for another year and a half. Maya Rodriguez, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Well, it is back to school time as thousands more Valley students get ready to wake up for the first day of class. Today, the Kyrene School District and Tempe Elementary and Tempe Union High School Districts start school. So we wish all you parents, teachers, and of course those students a great year ahead. And a reminder for you to keep those back to school photos coming. Email them to share at abc15.com. You can also go online to abc15.com/share. Stay tuned. You might just see them featured right here on ABC 15.
With your most accurate forecast on this Wednesday, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. We are expecting a little more sunshine and warmer temperatures today. And as far as monsoon storm chances, they kind of went out the door yesterday. But we did get some beneficial rain in parts of the valley on Tuesday. Today, that will not be the case. Starting off with temperatures this morning in the mid-80s, mid-90s at midday, and forecasting a below normal high of 103 in the valley. Northern parts of the state today will keep highs in the mid-70s in Flagstaff, 80s for Heber and Show Low, with 90s and lower 100s across the lower deserts. Now, the concern later this week will be some air quality issues, especially Friday and Saturday, because we are anticipating abundant sunshine and light winds, allowing that ozone to possibly build. So we do have watches for both Friday and Saturday for the time being. The rest of your 7-day forecast showing temperatures beyond Saturday at 110, at least for Sunday and Monday, but storm chances return next week. Flagstaff highs today staying in the 70s, same tomorrow, 80s by Friday, and the next chance for promising storm chances returns by Monday and Tuesday.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com, or you can download that free ABC 15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.